Who's Lloydie playing instead of?
I don't know.
Get your pencil out, Bernie, and your pen.
So he comes along, I'll come along and interview you. Well, I have to say that although the first half didn't actually, wasn't a firecracker, the last 10-15 minutes we hit the crossbar, hit the bar, and I thought, wow, we're going to come out here and really give it a go.
Yeah, we were very good first half. Yeah, we were very good. I thought, if you put the half into thirds, we were better in the first. They were slightly edged the second, and we were far better in the third. Yeah. We come in at half time. We should have been 3-0 up. Yeah. We had enough chances to put the game to bed. We played some decent stuff in terrible conditions, on a terrible pitch. And
I'm glad you mentioned that, because it did play a part in the standard of football.
Did, but we still played, and and they were credit at half time. And to be honest with you, Tony, I've got to put my hands up today. I've made an error. At half time, I changed something. I asked them. They backed the change because they thought it was a good change to make. We slightly changed the dynamics on the mid park and the forward line, and we couldn't get grips with it for 10 minutes, and we tuned down. Now, you can argue that we've still got to do better with the corners come in. King's probably got to do better. Gary Say's probably got to do better. Mickel's got to do better. But the second one, Gary switched off at the back post, and his blokes ran in and scored. And they're the only two chances they had, and we still had enough chances up the other end. Gary's gone and he tipped one over the bar. They've cleared 2 off the line. We were still the better side. We were just a bit disjointed second half, and I made 3 changes towards the end, so that disjoints the game anyway. But we don't know. I can't argue with them today, because last week we didn't do anything, right? And we've given it a go today, and I'm pleased with the effort. But we didn't get our rewards. We should have killed the game off first half, and we haven't been scoring. We scored the 2 at Faversham, and we haven't been free scoring for a little while, and I think we've massively missed Stuart. Big miss, and Gary Mickles was done alright up there for us. Pino's done great, but not got enough goals. He knows that. But we should have had a game finished off at half time, but we didn't. And credit to them, they've got the goals. And I don't know what the scores are now. I don't know if they're down or Burgess Hill or whatever.
Last we heard, officially they're down, but whether or not there's going to be relegation or not, it's still in the lack of
but they did their job.
That's right.
We've just got to regroup now. I've thanked them all. We've done okay. Someone just said we've done a good job. No, we've done okay. We did the job, and now we're going to summer, and it's now me and Richard's work really starts, because now we can rebuild, and we are going to rebuild. There'll be a lot of ins and outs, and there's some players here that we want to keep. There's some players here that will probably move on, and there'll be some players that we want to bring in. So now the real hard work starts.
It's interesting, because when I spoke to you 3 or 4 weeks back, we had a couple of good results, and you were talking about the pre-season, new season coming up, and you said there was a couple of changes maybe you made, but I think since then maybe there's more than a couple.
Yeah, I think so, and I've told them that. There was some. I was convinced on a few of them, and then with a couple of performances recently in the last 3-4 weeks, there's some question marks going over their heads. And now we get to the end of the season, and you look around and you think, are they good enough to make sure that we're not in this position next year? Richard and I have ambitions, and we want to be at the other end of the table.
Sure.
We're going to work very hard in the summer to get players in, and good players. We want to take this club as far as we possibly can. So there will be some movements, without a shadow of a doubt. There are some good players here, but we need to freshen it up as well.
Well, just to end on a really positive note, I know that when you very first came to the club, it was a very difficult time for you. A lot of players injured, wasn't your side in any way, shape or form. And the first few games, you must have thought, oh my God, here we go, a firestorm again. Then you had a really, really good period. There was 5 wins, stopped leaking goals. And all of a sudden, we looked a completely different side. You must have been delighted with that.
Yeah, it's been, I actually said to Richard, I shook Richard's hand at the end. It's been a long season for me and Rich. We went to Horsham last summer, and that was a really hard period for us both. A big learning curve, and Horsham ended up getting relegated in the end, and I'm sad for that because it's a good club down there. But then we came here, and the first few results didn't quite go away while we were chopping and changing, but we knew that. And then just when you think you turn the corner, we got 9, 10, 11 injuries. And then you start thinking, well, hang on, are we going to get caught up here? And I think, we were backed by the chairman, we were backed by the vice chairman and the club to go and get a couple of players in. We got them in, and like I said, worked hard, and we got the results we deserved. And it was a little bit different at Horsham. I left Horsham because I could not see light at the end of the tunnel, and I did not know a way out. When I came to Whitstable, when we were losing a couple of games, I always saw light at the end of the tunnel. I always knew, and that's why I never talked relegation. I never looked at the table. I was never interested in it because I knew we'd have enough to get out, and we did, and we've proved that we had enough to get out. We've done the job. Now we get into the summer, and hopefully we kick on now. The work starts.
Well, it's been a pleasure having you as manager for not the whole season, but the best part of it, and can only wish you well for the forthcoming season. I think it's going to be an exciting season for us. It'll be our 6th year in the Ryman, and one I'm very much looking forward to.
Yeah, I think me and Chidai are as well, and it's going to be a long summer, and we're going to work really hard, and the journey's just begun.
Well, I don't know if you're going to have any time off at all, but if you are, have a nice little break for a couple of weeks, and then it'll all start again.
I very much doubt it, but thanks anyway.